a lady as the two CDMs seems to be the man Samuel over on the right wing, and then Pompey playing in behind Yannick Belchase up top.
Yes, and Pompey is a very aggressive, one of those speedy players as well. The Lions the players will certainly need to be aware of him on the P's and the Q's, especially linking up with the likes of Yannick, who is a very skillful center forward and can finish from any spot.
For the Roaring Lions, it's Kareem Burris in goal, Marvin and Tafari at centre back with Mighty at right back, and Karan Warner at left back. Then Keanu and Tyreek Lake, the two CDMs. Dalik Moore on the right wing, Jaden Abbott on the left-hand side. Keeney Brooks Bell playing at attacking midfield, and Oliver Screechy Walker, the man up top for them.
Yes, and both teams are just trying to control midfield position, and Doc, you see the hustling and the effort being put out by both of these teams here this afternoon. The Lymers certainly not wanting to give anything away. They certainly would want to go back to the top of the table by themselves. On the other hand, the Roaring Lions, they will certainly look to see if they can seal down that third spot if they can get to 22 points.
Ricardo takes it down well, sliding it forward towards Yannick. A great touch by Yannick. Punch shot at goal, and Kareem Burris was forced to make a good save because Yannick Belchase had a pot shot there that almost caught Kareem Burris off guard.
Well, and this is infringement, it seems like, but
Offside, I believe, was the call.
But they certainly will have to be very watchful with Yannick there. Like I said, we know of the skill that he possesses, not only against these teams, but we saw against the bigger teams in the CONCACAF Nation Leagues as well, where he has been a very potent player for his team.
Yes, you know, Yannick comes from French Saint Martin, and we know how good he has been for his national side. Scored a number of goals, scored a few here in Anguilla as well. Scored when they were playing against Saint Martin, I believe, here in Anguilla. Here comes Dalik Moore. Moore has an efforted goal that is well high, but it's good to see the young man not being afraid to take shots early.
Yes, good try there by Dalik. Good try, looking up, control the pass well from Tariq, and noticing that the keeper in Bailey was just a little bit off his line, and tried to chip him, but getting too much power on it. And as you mentioned there, Doc, Yannick, the national team of St. Martin as well would have played against St. Kitts, one of the better teams in the competition, and actually was leading all the way down to the end. St. Kitts was just able to pick up a late goal and was able to get a point there. So, you know, it's good work there, but outside. Yes, but certainly a threat to any team that he finds himself on. That is Yannick, the French Saint Martin player.
Yes, what a coup he has been for the Lymers, because we know that they do have Amoni Gums, but with him not always being available, it was important that they found themselves a consistent goal threat, and that is precisely what Yannick Belchase brought to the side. He has been the guy that they've looked towards when they needed a goal, and he has come up big for them on a number of occasions.
Yes,
I think back to previous games where he scored a hat-trick, I believe, earlier in the league. He's been such a consistent goal scorer for the Lymers.
Yes, and we saw what he did to the Ducks United, actually. And,
a bit of slippage there. It's been a bit raining off and on here. Not quite consistent downpour, but a drizzle every now and again. The ball will be out for a Lymers throw. Carlos towards Yannick. Yannick takes it down well, turning. Yannick sliding past Warner. Yannick in towards Pompey. Well, it will be cleared only as far as Carlos. Carlos trying to turn against Dalik, unable to do so. It's going to find Screechy. Screechy slips, slides it back to Dalik, picked up by Luigi. Luigi to Carlos. Tyreek Lake gets in the way. Tyreek using some silky skill to get through there and driving forward as well. He will win a free kick.
Yeah, certainly good move there by Tyreek. Really using his guile and his skill, and certainly looking to change pace a little bit here, as unaccustomed to him. He's that really solid, cool, calm, defensive midfield player, but this time he notices that he needs to be at least making things happen for the Roaring Lions, and was driving forward before he was upended for an infringement.
Yes, and I think that his entire playstyle has changed based on how this game has gone. You know, Lymers, they're a very physical team, but they're also a very fast team. And the speed of play here today has been a lot quicker than we've seen on previous occasions in the league, as that was a shove there in the back by Samuel. It is going to be a free kick to the Roaring Lions.
It's been a good game so far on all ends. Officiating as well has been spot on so far, and real competitive duel here between these two teams in heading into the 11th minute of play. You are in tune to live action here, right here at the Raymond Igisha Technical Center. Roaring Lions versus the Lymers FC.
Free kick taken by Mighty. Floated in. Bailey was coming, but it's headed clear. Only as far as Kieran Warner to Dalik Moore. Now Warner once again has it poked off of him. But back with Warner now. Warner starting to get through towards Screechy. Screechy trying to get inside. Goes down, and immediately referee Harding says no call.
Well, Harden was right there, right on the spot, and certainly was not having any of that at all. Screechy is usually a very animated player. He realized that he was not going to at least fox Harden Hodge with that call, certainly.
We know that Screechy is not afraid to go down if he feels any contact, as that's a good tackle in there. The Lymers can look to clear. Samuel up against Screechy, giving away to Jaden Abbott, and now it's going to find Screechy, yes. But he was in an offside position.
Yes, definitely in an offside. Jay has to be more aware of that play, knowing that Screechy would have passed that ball way at the byline. That ball should have been coming over in the center there to Brooks Bell, even Dalik.
See. Tried to be a bit cute there, and in the end, lost possession. Bailey makes a kick towards Caleb Bryan, but it falls in between both Caleb and Yannick. Liddy over the top towards Yannick, had a one by Keron, only as far as Samuel. Samuel back to Liddy. He goes back now to Sidhu Bradshaw. Sidhu. Carlos gets his pass wrong. Tyreek gets in the way. Tyreek to Keeney Brooks Bell, who gives it away to Pompey. Pompey's going to look to drive. Finds Yannick. Yannick calms it down. Sends it out wide. Brilliant ball towards Samuel. Samuel. Little shot to Caleb. Caleb back to Ricardo. Ricardo cuts inside. Ricardo is driving forward. Ricardo. Got interception there by Tafari. Now Screechy. Screechy to Dalik. Dalik is going to try and use his pace well. Dalik on the right-hand side. Can't keep it in play. Yes. It will be out for a throw-in.
Good effort there by the young man Dalik there. Ball just a little bit too fast for him, and had to cover some ground, some distance. Not being able to latch onto it. That could have spelled a little bit of trouble there for the Lymers FC.
Carlos. Sidhu. Back to Carlos. His pass is to no one, and Marvin calms it down. Marvin to Mighty. Oh, but Mighty's touch betrays him, really. It's going to be out of touch for a Lymers throw.
Idea of the move was good there by Mighty, but that's control just let him down a little bit.
Carlos trying to dribble, gives it away. Dalik out wide to Tyreek Lake. Lake gets inside, uses his strength, and wins a free kick.
And certainly good there by Harden, not flashing the card, but telling the player there in Carlos that you might have overdone it just a little bit too much. Next time won't be so cute. You might look for that card.
Mighty once again on the free kick. A bit of movement going on in the area. Good bodies in there for the Lions. Mighty swings one in. No commitment yet. It bubbles around in the area. And it is going to be cleared only as far as Marvin. Towards Jay. Jay Abbott looking up for a pass. He will find it in Mighty. And Mighty gets his pass wrong. It's out of touch. And a throw in to the Lymers.
I think the Lions are just a little bit careless. They're not looking for a rebound or what have you. That ball just dropped right just on the edge of the 6-yard box, and there was no one close, someone who possibly would have been hungry to put the ball in the back of the net, not being able to put a boot in it, and eventually cleared there by the Lymers. We're just living a little bit dangerously there. The Roaring Lions would probably want to be a little bit more aggressive, especially in the attacking third.
I don't want to look too far ahead, but if you look to the bench of both of these sides, the Lymers zone is considerably larger. And one man in particular who can have an impact later in the game is the man Tristan Bing Richardson. We know how good he can be on his day, and I think he has been in training a lot more recently, so he's starting to get back into form. And he may have an impact later along with young Rashad Grant.
Yes, well, they have certainly got the players and got the support. It's the Lymers team. And total contrast to the Roaring Lions. And
the boot was high, but I don't know if the boot actually caught the head of Oliver Walker. I don't think he actually got caught in the head. From what I saw initially, I don't think that at this age, Liddy's boot can reach that high.
Yeah, probably just embellishing it just a little bit there.
That's nothing really probable about that. Definitely embellished it.
Yeah, but boot was high, but head was also low, but boot probably just going a little higher than normal.
Mighty swings one in, headed clear. We know that they have good height back there, the Lymers. They're going to try and break quickly as well. Samuel tries to go wide. Now Pompey does go wide now. Ricardo. He ran out of room, really, and it's going to be cut out well by Jay Abbott. Now Keeney Brooks-Bell. And the Screechy was offside.
Yes, Hilton right on line. Brooks-Bell just could have just kept, or just shift, a matter of fact, just try to at least tack to the left, to his right, sorry, and that might have brought Screechy a little bit more online, but he telegraphed the pass so much that Screechy was way ahead, and Hilton, the man with the flag, certainly raising correctly.
That's a poor free kick, however. Here's Keeney Brooks-Bell. Slides it over the top, looking for Screechy Walker, but a good defending there by Bradshaw. Sliding it through for Carlos, but he gets it wrong. And now Tyreek to Dalik Moore. Moore has a shot at goal, and Bailey collects.
Yes, again, good work there by Dalik. Just maybe more power, but he was challenged heavily. Got the shot off, but equal to the task is Bailey.
Once again, you can see the young man, he's not afraid to have a shot. Seen him playing with the under 17 for Lions as well as the Anguilla under 17s, as this could be trouble here, but good reaction by Bradshaw means that it will be a Lions throw.
Yes, well, going the safer route, Bradshaw, not taking any chance, and that's what you want your central defenders to do, and clearing the lines well, heading into the 28th minute of play, well, close, nearing the 28th minute of play. It's still all square here in this important encounter here between these two teams.
Yes, it is still goalless, but it has not been chanceless. The Lions, they have had a couple opportunities as Bailey will collect. Got his body behind the ball well.
Well, he's certainly coming off at least 3 good games for the national team, and has looked good between the poles.
He's looked a lot more composed as a goalkeeper this season. Would have seen previously, we saw the potential that Daniel Bailey had, but he always seemed a bit flustered. But this season he seemed to have put it together, and it's resulted in him getting a national team call-up as it's going to find Screechy. And Kenny Brooks Bell can't get that one under control, and Bailey will collect.
Well, it's certainly threatening the Roaring Lions and certainly getting the better of the play so far compared to the Lymers team. Not a lot of service going to Yannick at the top. And Roaring Lions just botching the midfield much better than at least we would have seen them for the season.
I will say that I think that this is the Lymers game plan. This has been the Lymers game plan all season, really. They just soak up pressure, and they just hit you on the counter-attack quickly. You don't even see it coming because the speed they have with the likes of Samuel and Pompey, you don't quite expect it, but they've been able to do it time and time again and win these games 1-0, 2-0, 2-1. These tight games that they've been able to grind results out of. As here comes Samuel. Cuts it back. It's a bit casual from Luigi. Mighty is going to find Keeney Brooks Bell. Brooks Bell chips one high, and Daniel Bailey will deal with it.
Yes, Brooks Bell looking short of work, especially for a national player. Certainly not the free-flowing Keeney that we're accustomed to see. Certainly should have done a lot better with that one. Just floated it up in the air, and in any case and in any game, that's certainly going to be the goalkeeper's ball.
So had he gotten a bit more whip on that cross, if he had gotten a more direct cross, it may have proved some danger because it did have Screechy waiting in the middle. You know, Screechy, he is good in the air. It's back now with Tafari. Keron. All the way back with Tafari once again. Slides it in towards Keanu Richardson, driving forward now. A bit more purpose about this Lions attack initially, but a good defensive work by the Lymers once again. It will be a Lions throw. Keanu once again. Keeney again gives it away. It's not been Keeney's best game by a long shot. Luigi finds Yannick, flicks it back to Pompey. And Caleb goes over the top towards Yannick. It's touched by Marvin. Here comes Luigi. And the referee says, okay, I acknowledge you, but play on, please. Here comes Dalik Moore now. Moore inside to Keeney. Keeney up against Caleb. Caleb pulls him back, and the Lions will get a free kick.
Almost like the bailout there, but Keeney certainly has to be a lot sharper. It's just as if he's playing by himself there, and they're not giving him a lot of time at all. Here's Walker.
Screechy. Screechy gets past Carlos well. Screechy driving inside. Goes all the way across and gives it away. Samil dribbling carelessly and has to be cleared only as far as Mighty. Dalik. His pass is misdirected. Back with Samil again. This time he goes forward to Pompey. And a sea of players does well and finds Yannick Belchesus offside.
Yannick certainly looks ahead of the play from our vantage point, and Millington is certainly more in line than I am.
Comes Mighty. Keeney. Back with Mighty once again. Dalik. Keeney. Well done thus far by the Lions. Keeney has to whip a good ball in, but it is blocked and cleared now. Yannick once again. He takes it down, trying to turn. Yannick, oh, brilliant work by Yannick. Inside to Pompey. Pompey tried to turn, but Tafari read it well. Mighty once again. Back with Tafari. Dalik. Trying to go down the line. Good experience defending by Carlos Richardson.
Yes, good experience there, and the young man, but Dalik was trying to get around him and get into the space. Probably could have just maybe moved the boot over that ball and pull it back the next way and come on the inside. But he's a young man with a lot of potential.
It's given away by Carlos. Here come the Lions. It's Keeney Brooks Bell. Whips it across to Screechy. Screechy has a hit, and Screechy makes it 1-0. Oliver Screechy Walker once again doing what he does best. A poacher's effort, and the Lions, they are spoiling the Lymers party right now. 1-0.
And certainly that's the mark of a good finisher there in Oliver Screechy Walker. A little bit animated at times, a little bit temperamental and aggressive, especially when he's not getting the pass. But this time, I'm not even sure that the pass was really for him, but he chested it well, held it up and swiveled and turned and beat the defenders, beat Bailey, and a good goal there to Oliver Screechy Walker and the Roaring Lions.
What was so good about that goal wasn't the sheer power, it was the placement, because he knows Screechy, he has good power on the shots, but that was directly in the corner. And all of a sudden, the Lymers, they're in an unfamiliar position, really. They don't usually trail in games. They go ahead early and they defend, but now they're trailing, so it will be very interesting to see how Coach Sauer will be able to counteract that. We know both Coach Sauer and Coach Fishy, they're co-coaches on the national under 17 team. We know Nico, the head coach of Lions, also works with Sauer in the national setup as well. So it will be interesting to see who is given away carelessly, and Mighty has put it over. But the Lymers, they have been way too casual in their defensive third.
Certainly Mighty will certainly want to have that one back. I think the Lymers, they need to be getting a lot more possession. They are allowing the Roaring Lions to dominate the midfield for whatever the reason, for whatever the purpose. They're not being able to string as many passes as they would like to. Not seeing Sam Alien to play a lot. The veteran there in Colin just looked a little bit on the slow end of things. And certainly, if they really are to get back into this game, they really are to be getting a lot more position in order to at least feed to the danger man up top in Yannick.
Liddy trying to go towards Yannick. Headed clear. Tyreek now. Good composure. Will find Dalik Moore. Moore can slide it through for Screechy, but he plays it behind him. Oh, it's casual once again. It's going to find Tyreek. Tyreek Lake through towards Oliver Screechy Walker. Foot race. And Daniel Bailey wins it well.
Good goalkeeping there by Bailey. Reading the danger well. And certainly coming and collecting that one nicely.
Back with Tafari. Looks like a few changes. have been made in positioning for the Lymers right now. So Carlos has gone over to right back, and Ricardo is now on the left-hand side. That's good playing there. It's Caleb. Caleb to Yannick. Yannick is onside. Yannick Belchase slots it across, but a bit too ahead of Terry Pompey.
I don't think that's not the Yannick we're accustomed to see here. A little bit aggressive, a little bit just rushing that one somewhat. I think if he would look back at the replay, he would realize that I had a lot of time even to have a shot on goal.
Should have had a shot at goal, in my opinion. Here comes Dalik. Mighty. Oh, that's a careless challenge, I must say, by Bradshaw. And he will get a yellow card for his efforts. He was a bit late, and he did come from behind as well, so he would have had to go through the player to get to the ball. Risky challenge, but that is typical Snoop Bradshaw.
Yes, and I really must say Harden has really looked sharp here this afternoon in this match. Not overdoing it, right on the mark, right in position, making sure that he's seeing everything and not allowing anything to get away at all. That's the hallmark of someone who's heading in a good direction in terms of officiating here in Anguilla.
It will be a free kick to the Lions. They are up 1-0. Goal coming courtesy of the boot of Oliver Screechy Walker. Mighty on the free kick. Ball whipped in towards the penalty spot. Gets all the way over the top. It will find Jaden Abbott. Abbott down the byline. Abbott will win a corner.
Good nippy move there by Abbott. He's that kind of player. And even Abbott himself has looked a little bit sharper today as well, as opposed to some of the matches we would have seen him play. You know, he always wants to be performing at his best. A little bit short at work, but looked a little bit energized here this afternoon.
Corner will be taken by Jay Abbott. That's a poor corner, really. Into the side netting, goal kick.
Yes, I think that's Capel over there on the bench as well. There, probably just coming in, and maybe we will see him in the second half. And a goal ahead for the Lions will certainly open up this game some more, because the Lymers, they will want to make sure that they stay at the top of the table, and will certainly need to be pushing men forward and looking to attack a lot more.
Yes, and I would suspect that Capel Baptiste would be coming on at the half. Suspect it maybe for young Dalik Moore as well. And they may push Keeney Brooks Bell onto this right-hand side. And allow Capel to work in his usual position as an attacking midfielder.
Yes, the
going short, the Lymers. Bradshaw towards Carlos. It is cut out. Lake sliding it through well to Jaden Abbott. Abbott does go down, but a bit softly. Carlos at right back now. To Samuel. Inside to Caleb. Too heavy on the pass. Out of touch for a throw-in.
Good defending there by the Lymers FC. Certainly won't going to get that call was Jay.
Tafari. Tyreek. Giving away, here comes Yannick now, but Marvin uses his pace well. Goes back to Kareem. Kareem across to Marvin once again. Good pressure being applied. This could be trouble, but Marvin gets there just ahead of Yannick Belchase. And it's a booted clear. Out of touch.
It's a little too cute there with it, the Roaring Lions, and certainly almost living dangerously there.
It is going to be a Lymers throw. Ricardo going down the line for Luigi. Luigi gets inside as well to Yannick. Cuts it back for Caleb. Caleb trying to turn in there. Not quite cleared, and now it will be cleared. Sidhu going along for Luigi. And Luigi gets that one horribly wrong. Goal kick.
Yes, certainly. I'm not too certain what he was trying to do there. But had all the time in the world. Should have controlled that ball and tried to get it in. But electing to kick off the volley and got it all wrong.
It's given away carelessly. Here come the Roaring Lions. He's forced to cut back. Goes across to Dalik Moore. And the Moore will have a shot at goal that goes wide for a goal kick.
Well, Moore there, Dalik Moore. I had a good idea, but just not getting the direction. I guess trying to make sure he gets some power onto the shot, but pulling it way, way wide. No harm there to the goalkeeper Bailey in the Lymers goal.
Bailey going long. It is going to find, initially it found Terry Pompey. It's Keron. Keanu. Mighty. Now Keeney. Keeney sliding it through for Screechy. Screechy has to turn back across, and there's a crucial touch in there. But it looked like Noah Bradshaw because he did have Keeney Brooks Bell lurking in behind. But here come the Lymers. The pass didn't quite find Yannick. Dalik. It will be called for the handball free kick.
Yes, Lymers looking to at least control a little bit more of the possession, especially coming from midfield, just trying to string a bit more passes together. They are trailing a goal to nil.
Liddy moves along. Marvin will clear towards Screechy. Liddy didn't give away a free kick, says referee Harding. Now Screechy. This is good play thus far. Moore. Abbott. Keanu. Turning well. Starting it out wide to Keron as well. Keron Warner now. Warner cutting inside. Warner. Trying to go back inside. Lady got in the way. And Samuel can look to clear. Terry Pompey. Pompey gives away possession. And it will be a free kick to the Lions.
Certainly a foul there. Pompey not realizing that two players was hounding him, and he tries to pull the ball back. Well, eventually successful in doing so, but then the trailing player coming from behind was right there to at least strip him of it. Now we can see some of the spectators in front of us here not too pleased about the call, but correct one that is. They will certainly need to get a lot more closer to Pompey for him to have an option.
Mighty. This one is a little long. Yannick. Oh, that's good defending in the end. But still the Lymers now trying to go wide to Caleb, but not the best pass in the world. That's a bit careless. Now here come the Lions with Keeney. And the throw will go the way of the Lymers.
Yes, certainly.
Taking down the line quickly. Going to use his speed as well. Can he put a ball in? That's blocked. Good defending by Marvin.
Yes, good defending there by Marvin. And certainly Samuel will want to have that one back.
Here come the Lions. Jaden Abbott tries to get the reverse pass through. Caleb. He's turning now. Is Samuel. Giving away. Abbott chipping it long. Screechy is furious with the pass.
Yeah, because he's looking for the pass at his boot, and so far, Jay has not, on those two occasions.
That's given away. Oh, and that's a crucial poke. Bailey was going to collect it, but he couldn't collect it because it was a back pass. So he just shuffled his feet, and it went out for a corner. But ooh, that was risky.
Yes, and again, Colin is acknowledging of his mistake there. He is just look a little bit sluggish this afternoon in this high-intensity game here between these two teams, and almost giving one away there.
Yes, I wonder if Damian Tuntun Bailey would have been the better option at CDM, seeing as Liddy has not quite looked up to the pace of this game. The game hasn't played at a very high tempo, and he's not quite looked at the part, not the quality midfielder that we know that he can be. You would just wonder if Damian Bailey may have been the better option. Corner comes in, and it's going to be spilt, and it's not gone over the line just yet, but it's been poked in. Tafari Smith is claiming it. The Roaring Lions have made it 2-0.
Well, chaos there in the goalkeeper area. Again, we have seen where Bailey not being able to punch the ball out. I think I saw one in the CONCACAF Nations League as well, and not being able to clear the ball. That's one of the problems that we've been having here on either side of the goalkeeping divide from some of these goalkeepers here as well. Not able to punch the ball with their fist, depending on the height and the trajectory of the ball, and we see where it's going to. Is it going to be a card there for someone? It appears as though.
We do know that if there's one weakness in Damian Bailey's game, is dealing with those high floated balls, those aerial balls.
Yeah, so it wasn't defended well at all, and they've found themselves at a 2-goal disadvantage here this afternoon.
Well. The Lions have come to play. They have certainly come to play.
And it certainly was a good, enticing, challenging corner kick for the defenders, for the goalkeeper to reach. And the most important person missed everything. And that was all she wrote.
The Lymers, the team at the top of the table for the majority of the season, may not be top of the table for much longer. Here come the Lions once again. They may not be done in the first half. It's Jaden Abbott. And it is going to be cleared. The Ducks United must be licking their chops looking at this one. They must be salivating over the prospect of the Lymers not being the team to go into the playoffs as the first seed.
Certainly, and I certainly can see some changes coming there from Sauer, the coach there, Andre Griffith, for the Lymers, especially with that position of Colin. He might certainly give way to one of the other players on the bench, because he's been found wanting here, especially with the pace at which this game is being played.
Now, I'm not as experienced of a coach as Sauer, but with this being the final game of the season, at least of the regular season, I don't know if Sauer would be on the same thinking wavelength as I am. I may be advised to remove Colin entirely and take up the CDM to allow for a more attacking option to be brought in place, because there's no further games to be played this season. You're chasing this one to remain top of the table. Maybe you can bring a guy like Bing Richardson or Rashad Grant and play them as a second striker, and then drop Pompey into the midfield with Caleb and play maybe a 4-4-2 or any formation with two strikers really.
Well, certainly, they are well placed, so they have nothing to lose other than to at least get top spot. I'm not too sure whether you're getting a trophy or points for that. Having the 16 playoff, which is the most important, so that's an option as well. But certainly, they need more play in the midfield department. They've been found wanting there, so to speak, and hence the reason why they are 2 goals to the different side advantage.
Screech trying to use his body. Keanu. Tyreek. Mighty. Whips one across. Header comes in. And Bailey is going to put it out. No, it did go behind for a goal kick. And the referee Harding will say, in fact, that's the halftime whistle. What a half this has been for the Roaring Lions.
Wow.
A complete 180 from their last half against the attackers. They are leading the table-topping Lymers 2-0.
And certainly that should have been 3-0 because Kaini Brooks Bell was all alone on the back post and couldn't even get it on target. But certainly the Lymers, they not look as solid as we are accustomed to seeing them look. Well, we know that they were trailing against the Ducks United as well and came back and won that game. And certainly maybe they would have other ideas, maybe just to get this 45 minutes off their chest and say, well, okay, we didn't do as well as we really ought to do. And we're looking forward to see what we can do better in this second half. But the Roaring Lions, they certainly came out and have watched most of the possession here and has really put their foot to the pedal to give them a 2-0 advantage. The Lymers, on the other hand, like the team that they are, we know they are fighters. We know they have really played some good football throughout the course of this tournament and have got all the points and all the goods to show for it. Certainly, they'll be looking to do better in this second half. We will join you in about 10 minutes' time when we bring you the second half of this encounter, the Roaring Lions versus the Lymers FC. Until then, we take you back to Master Control. Well, welcome back. Welcome back to the second half of this encounter. In the first match, the Lymers FC in second spot by goal difference and 25 points. They are playing the defending champions, the Roaring Lions, in fourth spot and 19 points, looking to get to 22 points to secure the third spot. And so much at the moment, they are leading 2-0. This is Tony Fleming, joined by Doc Bryan, Caden Bryan, and we are bringing to you live broadcast, live coverage here right from the Raymond E. Gishard Technical Center Stadium. And we are just about to get started in the second half, Doc. The Lymers will certainly need to be pressing it because they are behind 2-0, and with just a mere 45 more minutes to play in this encounter.
Yes, and the Lymers, they certainly have a lot of changes to make if they want to come out of this game with any sort of points to take them to the top of the table. And we do know that Saul would have had a few stern words to say to his guys. That's a long searching ball. It will find Samuel. Still Samuel gets around the byline. May have been impeded there, but no call from the referee. Keron. Jay. Tyreek. Back to Jaden Abbott. Stood it through there.
Well, the goal scorer in Oliver Walker has given way to Capel Baptiste, the number 9 player. And most likely Walker will probably have to jet on to his JOB and certainly put his team in a good position here. So leading some 2-0, and so that's certainly going to be it could be a card there for Jay, and that was some not good playing there from Jay at all. There on the player there for the Lymers FC. That's Samuel. And a little bit excessive there, number 5, Jaden Abbott. You could count yourself lucky that Harden didn't see that one.
Harden has not been quick to shell out the cards here today. Only one card has been shown thus far. It's Kyron Warner. Tafari gives it away. It will be a Lymers throw.
It's amazing how some players view the football field sometimes. Warner there at the byline could have easily held that one and turned forward as opposed to putting Tafari under some pressure there in which he had to really clear the lines.
So we're back with Bradshaw. He goes long, looking for Yannick. It's taken down, and Terry Pompey is going to try and get in there. Now Capel Baptiste could step in there by Bradshaw, but it's a bit careless. Forces Colin to rush his pass, and he can't get it where he would have wanted to, and Mighty can break away. Mighty can't get past his man either. That's a careless pass by Ricardo, it looks like. Mighty once again. He will find Capel Baptiste. Baptiste looking for Keeney Brooks-Bell. Keeney back to Baptiste. And then now the Lymers can look to clear. Into an action thus far. It's Yannick Belchase. Yannick. Caleb scoots past the man easily and slides it forward. And it will be called back for the initial foul. Advantage had been played, but now play will be called back.
The Lymers, they have not made a change, but they have certainly looked a little bit more purposeful at the start of this second half, looking to see if they can pull a goal back and even get back on equal terms here with the Roaring Lions. Capel Baptiste just coming on, looking a little bit sluggish, Probably not getting into the real flow of the game as yet. Still getting those old legs warmed a bit, and so quite some way to go.
Taken along by Liddy. This could be trouble, but the header on was straight at Kareem Burris. I did sense that would have caused a bit of danger there. We know the Lymers, they're a very good team in the air. Now here comes Warner, but he will definitely not get there ahead of Carlos Richardson. Carlos can't keep it in play, however. Out of touch for a Lions throw.
Thought Carlos would have shepherded that one out to get a throw for himself, but got himself all knotted up there.
It's Keanu. Tyreek Lake. Capella. A good interception there. And Caleb going long, trying to send the man away, running. Oh, look at the speed there. And it is going to be a throw-in to the Roaring Lions. Good speed being shown, but unable really to get there ahead of the defender. Mighty. It's Capel Batiste. And I know Batiste will win a free kick. Maybe his toe was stepped on there. Yeah. The way he was hopping around suggested as such.
Yes, you can see the Lymers there a lot more aggressive in this opening second half. Not giving us much of a distance of play in midfield, especially to the Roaring Lions players.
Free kick comes in as the Lymers, they have a substitute warming up. Looks like it's that Patrick Herbert down there getting up warmer. We'll have to wait and see. Carlos Richardson goes down the line. Header won by Terry Pompey. Caleb can't get his pass through to Yannick, and out of touch. It will be a throw-in to the Lymers. Still 2 goals to nil. 2 goals to nil in favor of the Roaring Lions. It's Samuel to take the throw to Yannick, who lays it off to Caleb. Chips it out wide. Ball comes back across, but straight into the waiting arms of Boris. I also think Luigi has not quite had his best game for the Lymers thus far. It's been a bit wasteful. It's good pressures being applied, but Tafari stands up to it initially. The pass will go all the way back to Boris. Warner. Tafari. And Warner yet again. Now back of Tafari. Out of touch. It will be a Lions throw. Again, as you mentioned in the first half, I think the Lymers, they are allowing the Lions to dictate the tempo of the game a bit too much.
Yeah, certainly. And if they really want to get anything out of this match, they'll have to change. They'll have to change gears. Certainly have to change gears.
I see some arguing going on here on the field between the Lions players. Between, look like Akini Brooks-Bell, Tyreek Lake, Jaden Abbott, and Karon Warner.
And you'll ask yourself why I'm leading 2 goals to nil.
That's been the Roaring Lions.
It's interesting.
They could be winning a game 7-0, and they would still find something to complain about. Warner. That's really just something that is within the Lions culture, that aggression they always want to be better than they are. They always want to look to improve, and they always want to get the best out of each other. And that at times could lead to maybe some tempers flaring, but it's nothing malicious really. It's just really a passion to win.
Yes, certainly. I've seen my good friend Bailey there, almost retiring. The old veteran there in Steve Carty was playing defense for Roaring Lions. You see a true pass from Capel, cut out.
Oh, brilliant ball by Liddy, and he wants to call Luigi offside, but I do not know about that one there at all.
Certainly, Hilton need to pull that one back. Certainly, Hilton will definitely need to look at that tape for sure, and you would realize that you would have heard there on that call.
I don't know about that one there at all, Hilton.
Yeah, that's one. Certainly, we want to have that one back. Yes, so they are very competitive, and at times can be argumentative in whether it's a scrimmage, whether it's a game, as the case may be. That's, sometimes can get to certain players if you're not strong-minded, strong-willed.
Here comes Abbott. Tafari. Warner. And Brooks Bell took a bit too much time on the ball.
Yeah, certainly should have returned the pass. Brooks Bell should have tried to control, but Brooks Bell should have returned the pass because Warner had already been speeding down the wing.
Warner into the Tyreek Lake. Mighty. But trying to go further out wide with Dalik Moore. Throw comes in. It's Ricardo. Good passing there. Here come the Lymers. Very good pass by Yannick. It's going to send Ricardo running, but Mighty steps in there.
It's good recovery run there from Mighty, and not allowing the player there for the Lymers to go all the way, and you're going to see substitute being made.
Since for the Lymers, it's going to be Luigi. He'll be coming off the field of play and replaced by Vandrick Herbert.
Yes.
Herbert immediately called into action. A lady. Sending it across. Cut out initially by Abbott. Pompey is going to find Samil. Samil goes around the outside, Samil. And he will win a corner.
Almost played well there by Tafari, but the ball just bobbling off his boot, and corner kick. Is this the first one for the Lymers?
It might just be.
Yes.
And
I'm not sure what's going on. It's a corner kick, and the two players are running away from the ball, and I don't know what Jay is doing.
Oh, that's not good by Jaden Abbott at all. That is very poor conduct from Jaden Abbott. Immediately receives a yellow card. And he's kicked the ball away as well. I think they may be arguing that the Lymers touched the ball, but they never really made an effort to take the corner. Jaden Abbott is furious, and the goalkeeper, Kareem Burris, is calling Abbott and Tafari in, saying we can't afford to lose any players.
Well,
Don't know why they're still arguing. The call has already been given. No call has been made.
We certainly have to look at the slow-mo for that, the replay, whether to see whether Jay had a case of saying, well, the ball was played, but whether that be the case or not, there is no real display for his behavior to the assistant there. Thought that was not good at all from a veteran player there in G.
Liddy floats one in to the back post. Header comes in, and Kareem Burris collects. It's a good ball as well. Capel is open and in space. Capel cuts past the man now. Slides one across. That's very good play by Capel Batiste. Kenny trying to go towards Dalik more. It's out of touch. It will be a throw-in.
Yes, Jay has certainly need to control himself here this afternoon. His team is leading by 2-0 in the 60th minute of play. And so there is no need to be carrying on that way.
Throwing once again to the Roaring Lions. Throw coming down the line. It is going to be a play back to the Lions. Not the best pass. Mighty. Can't get down the outside. It's out of touch, and this time it's a Lymers throw.
Yes, that was one of the things that the ball should have been going for the cross goal, but trying to dribble and cross, not the ideal play for the Rowan Lions. And is that Mark Anthony we've seen warming up over there on the bench? Yes, looks so.
Does look to be Mark Anthony Edwards. I know Capel used to be a striker in his heyday, but he is no longer in his heyday. He's become much of a playmaker, as he still thinks the game brilliantly well, even though he may not have the pace he used to. I suspected this move may be to allow Capel to get back into the midfield as the more natural striker now, and Mark Anthony Edwards to be coming onto the field.
Certainly.
It's going to be a free kick to the Roaring Lions. Mighty. All the way out wide. It's going to find Kieran Warner. Warner inside to Abbott. Abbott lays it off to Keanu Richardson. There's a shot at goal. Oh, and Bailey was worried for a second there.
Yeah, good effort there from Richardson, Keanu there. Maybe a yard back could have caught Bailey in some trouble.
Caleb turning well. He finds Pompey. Pompey trying to cut inside and feed Yannick, but unable to do so successfully. Carlos now can't keep it, actually. No, he can't keep it in play. Lions throw.
And Dalik has been adjudged to be offside. It's going to be an offside kick there, just outside of the arc there, on the line there of the 18 yards box, to be taken by Bailey. We're into the 63rd minute of play. If you have just joined us, it's the Rowan Lions. They are leading here 2-0. Goals from the boot of Screechy, Oliver Walker, and Tafari. And to have the advantage, so to speak, the Lymers, they are certainly playing stout and playing hard, trying to get back into this game. If they can just string a little bit more passes on the attack especially, it could be some trouble there for the Rowan Lions, but Rowan Lions, they're very much comfortable trying to play the ball through midfield. That's a good move from Dalik. He looks up, crosses, and find the head of Bacha, but not cleared properly. Ball is with Tyreek Lake again. He cuts back and comes further wide to Karen Warner, the player, number 20 player. Lined up to shoot, but passes to, that's looked like Richardson, who won to the pass there to Capel. And in the effort to find the player not getting through here, but here is Warner. Warner still on the line. Warner dribbles, be the man, goes for the byline, but would almost run out of space. But Carlos coming across and clearing, and it's going to be a corner kick to the Roaring Lions as we see another substitution. It's been made. That looks like Tristan Richardson. He is going to, that looks like that Carlos has given way to, has make way for Tristan Richardson to enter the field. So a little bit of an attacking move there on the part of Coach Sauer. Here corner coming up, but Bailey this time making no mistake, collecting well.
I think that move there is it's going to force Vandrick Herbert, who's a natural fullback, to go in at right back, and then Bing will slot in maybe on the left wing.
Yes, certainly he has.
Herbert takes the throw. And also we know Herbert is a much more attacking fullback as well. Terry Pompey. It's a Liddy. Liddy a bit casual on the ball there. As we can see below us, the Easterners are getting warmer. They'll be in action next, taking on the Diamond Queens FC.
Well,
Little Soldiers, sorry. I think I said EastEnders is Little Soldiers FC.
We're so accustomed to them in their traditional red. Yes, the EastEnders and the Little Soldiers, yeah.
So Little Soldiers in the red. The Easterners also wear red.
Yes.
Got confused for a moment. It's the Little Soldiers, sorry. They'll be taking on the Diamond Queens FC.
Let's see the two players there in Samuel and Jaden Abbott taking the opportunity for a photo up there by photographer Esther Ward. Good sportsmanship there between the two players.
Yes, you love to see it. Throw in. Abbott couldn't keep it in play. Lymers through. Herbert takes the throw in now to Brian. Samuel back to Brian, who slid it down the line, but a bit too heavy for Pompey. Lions throw.
And Pompey has not gotten into this game at all. I've seen him very sharp, his usual self, not being able to effect the move that he's accustomed to.
I think that may be down to a lack of familiarity, because we know that usually when Pompey plays, he plays in behind Ian Romney. But I don't think that there's any Ian Romney available today. So with him being behind Yannick, who has casually from Bailey, took his time and gave away the throw in.
I don't know why was he waiting. That ball should have gone to Van Dijk, the number 15 player, ages ago. And could have almost been blocked there and find himself in some serious trouble.
Out of touch, it will be another Lions throw. Is that Kervin Lee going to get on? Can't quite see. It might just be also Rashad Grant has stood up. Yannick Belchase can't get through Marvin. Only as far as Herbert. Kept in play by Samuel. Caleb. Goes back to Bradshaw. Herbert. Bradshaw. Gets in the way of Samuel. Or Samuel gets in the way of Bradshaw. And now it will be a Lymers free kick.
Well,
Opted to take it quickly, but Marvin was well alert to the danger. But here's Bing, who finds Caleb. Caleb turning. He can't send Bing running. He will send Bing running. But Tafari was well alert to the danger that was presented. Samuel. Vandrick. Pompey. Sliding past the man. Can't get past the second. Batiste. Too far ahead of Abbott.
yes, just too far ahead. You can see the Lymers, they're really trying to at least string a lot more passes together, trying to at least see if they can find a goal from somewhere.
This goal will certainly make this game interesting, because if it's a Lions goal, then you may have to say that's all she wrote for today. But if the Lymers were to score, all of a sudden it is game on.
Yes.
Abbott throws it straight into Jaden Abbott, who wasn't really looking, but he just threw it straight to him. But it's Liddy now. He goes out wide to Ricardo. Caleb can't get there. A bit casual by Ricardo, and it will be a Lions free kick. I did fear that Tariq waited a bit too long to release the pass to Batiste,
yes,
but
yeah.
in the end he did win the free kick.
I thought he had him to really tread that needle, but was looking for more clearance, so to speak, and that was not given to him at all.
It's going to be Jaden Abbott on this free kick. He floats one to the back post. Header won by Bing. Down the line. Back with the Lions. It's Keeney, it looks like. And now Kieran Warner. Shot comes in. It's a blocked. Actually, no, it's not blocked. It's wide. And a goal kick.
Yes, effort there by Capel, but not getting the direction on target. Yes, that's certainly going to be a infringement. Keron Arden sees that and is right on the spot. It's going to be a free kick there. We're into the 72nd minute of play. Still 2-0 in favor of the Rowan Lions. Goals coming in the first half. The boot of Walker, and one bundling by Tafari.
As it's sent along. Not quite dealt with at the edge of the area, but now it will find its way out wide with Herbert, I believe. He can get the 1-2. He will get the 1-2. Lost the ball for a second, and it's going to be now the Lions looking to break. Batiste is onside as well. Batiste, a few men to beat Batiste. And it will be blown back. It will be blown back for the free kick. Harlan was trying to play advantage, but there was no real advantage.
Yeah. Quite some discussion going on there.
A free kick to the Roaring Lions. Warner takes it short to Tariq Lake. It will find Jaden Abbott now. Abbott cuts it back. Abbott lays it off to Tariq Lake. And Lake is going to be dispossessed for the moment. It goes back to Mighty now. Now Dalik. Trying to get through for Mighty, who's going to find Capel Baptiste. Baptiste out wide to Jaden Abbott. Brilliant save by Daniel Bailey.
Wow. Yeah, Bailey, if you thought Bailey was sleeping, that one came from nowhere behind the defenders, and he was equal to the task. There's Bailey. Good save there to keep his team a little closer still. That could have been easily been 3-0.
Well. What a save by Daniel Bailey. Corner to the Roaring Lions. Corner is into the side netting.
Yes.
Not for the first time we're seeing that. A goal kick. This one booted long upfield. But back with Capel Baptiste, who turns well, does Baptiste. Baptiste sliding it back across there, and got swarming there by the Lymers. A bit casual again in defense by the Lymers. It will run out of touch for a throw-in. Oh, the Lymers took the throw-in quickly. Didn't even allow the referee to make a signal. Pompey. Keanu does well. Finds Capel Baptiste. Baptiste. Abbott. Back to Baptiste now. He goes inside. He will find Keanu Richardson. Further wide with Dalik. He gets his pass wrong, as it looks like it's going to be a triple change for the Lymers coming momentarily. But slices his clearance, but it will find Samuel. Takes it down, tries to go down the line, unable to do so. Firstly, it's going to be a Pompey. He'll be coming off the field of play and replaced by, looks like Jan Romney.
Yes, Pompey has not, well, for the positions that he would have had, has not done a lot. Was really crowded out there by the defense there of the Roaring Lions. Not his best game. We have seen him played some really silky football, swift, moving, and not to be this afternoon.
It's going to be Liddy as well. He'll be replaced by, I think, Damon Tuntun Bailey.
Yes.
So it'll be Tunts making his way onto the field of play as well.
A little less than a quarter of an hour to go. And
Thirdly, Roshad Grant will be coming on, and I think he may be replacing
looked like Samuel.
Samuel.
Yes.
Here comes Warner. Warner. Out of touch, Lions throw. Well, he has 10 minutes to do something to get his team back onto level terms, does Coach Sauer. As it is going to be Dalik Moore. He'll be replaced by Mark Anthony Edwards, I believe.
Yes.
Goal kick.
And I must say, services to Yannick has been found wanting here this afternoon.
He hasn't quite gotten the service he would have wanted at all.
Certainly
Casual
not,
defense
yes.
once again by the Lymers means Lions will regain possession via a throw-in high up the field.
Yes.
Warner gets this one back, trying to get around Grant. Now Tafari. Back to Warner. It's given away cheaply. Anthony. Mark Anthony Edwards trying to get through the flicked over towards Keeney. Keeney has a volley across the face of goal that Capel could do absolutely nothing with. Grant does well. It looks like he's been clotheslined to the ground there. He will win the free kick.
Yes, a clothesline to the ground there, and Mark will certainly has to do a lot better than that.
Yeah, and he can't quite get that one under control. Back with Bradshaw. He gives it away cheaply. Tafari. Free kick to the Lions. The game has gotten a bit scrappy.
Yes, certainly.
We're into the final 10 minutes of this one. Played long over the top, looking for Jaden Abbott. Good sliding challenge. No, not a good sliding challenge.
Oh, no, no,
He's
don't.
going to receive a yellow card. And he's walking away. And that will not bode well if he keeps walking away. Because instead of it being one yellow, it may be two.
Don't. Maybe he would have shown some studs.
I think
maybe
it was because the studs were up during the challenge. He did not slide clean through. He went in studs up.
Yeah. So even though while he did got all of the ball, just the studs probably out did him there.
It's going to be a free kick to the Roaring Lions. We are into the 82nd minute of play. And now a bit of tussling going on amongst the players in the box. Batiste. Floats one all the way to the back post, but it will be cleared. Lumped far upfield. Marvin can't get his touch under control. Lymers throw. 2-0. Screechy and Tafari, the goal scorers for the Roaring Lions, who have certainly come back firing at all cylinders after their drubbing at the hands of the attackers, who I heard have made a very big signing, a very, very big signing that you probably will see in the playoffs.
Well, I think I was speaking to one of the administrators, and he was saying they actually could have gotten two of the top two players there for the salsa ballers, which well, yes, the salsa ballers, and I think it's a little bit disheartening in the sense that it's going to weaken the salsa ballers in their quest for in the final six, but that's what the game is all about. Transfers are there to be made, and we have seen it all along.
A few teams have made some signings. The Kicks, they brought back Kadeem Rogers from the Lions, as well as Hakeem Rogers from the Lions, as well as signing Tony Carey and Dion Williams from the Eagle Claw FC. A number of teams, they have made some moves. Even on the female side, the EastEnders, they were able to sign Tanisha Willett and Karen E. Carrigan.
Yeah. So all teams are, jostling and strengthening up just to get at the top of the pile, so to speak. While on the other hand, well, we saw where the salsa ballers, they started off very, very well after narrowly defeat there to the The Rowan Lions in the opening game coming back and really playing some good football, and it's really, not good to see how they would have disintegrated, so to speak, according to their squad that just leave them a shadow of themselves.
You have to ask yourself the question, as that will be a handball. How do you really beat the Attackers FC? If this signing is actually true, my goodness, that attacking threat looks unstoppable. Kadeem Riley on one side, Chadwick Samuel on the other side, and this other big signing through the middle.
They certainly have good attacking threat, but they could be a little bit suspect in defense, and maybe if played properly, they might be found wanting in midfield as well. So
we do know defensively that they have had to make a few shoehorning of players, with both Hassan Mason and Rasheem Thompson being natural midfielders. Rasheem has to play at right back, and that Mason has had to go to centre back to allow the Attackers to have some semblance of a solid defense, while in midfield, while they do have the likes of Hakeem Beard and the Chetty Joseph, Casa, the old veteran. He's been playing at CDM, and recently he's been found wanting, making a couple mistakes leading to goals. We saw in this last game against the Roaring Lions, he was at fault for the first goal with a very careless pass.
Well, we're all left to be seen as we head into the final 16 playoff. That I'm certainly sure is going to be very, very exciting.
It's so interesting to see how these teams will shape up, how they will line up in these big games. These playoffs are definitely going to be keenly contested from end to end. And the playoffs may not quite be decided just yet, as there is still some controversy over last night's result between the Diamonds and the Kicks. We'll have to see how that one shakes up as well.
Yes.
We leave that in the hands of the football administration, but nothing is set in stone quite yet. Decisions are being made as we speak.
Well, I see a lot of spillage going on here.
A lot of tussling, a lot of tugging, pulling, falling, slipping, everything. Here come the Lions. It's Batiste. Slides one across, but it's cut out for a corner.
Just on that transfer that we were talking about there, even over at the cricket field, in boiling over into this match here. Spoke to Livingston Clifton, there was Statsman, and he was saying that they were made aware of it, the Kicks United, and that they would have spoken to the FA, and they said that they were okay with it. So if that's the case, then the word of the FA will certainly stands.
But we definitely know the Diamonds FC are not okay with it.
Yes, so we will certainly have to wait and see how that develops.
You know that they would have some grounds based on the rules that were distributed, but the interpretation of the rules by the Kicks United may have been different to the actual meaning that the rule had. Again, we will have to wait and see what develops over the coming days. We will get more information to you as we get it. Again, we can't quite give you official word because we're going off of hearsay and rumors, but both are seemingly in the know as to what's going on here in the football world, and when we get official word, we will definitely get that to you. Here comes Jaden Abbott. And good challenge there.
Just showing the ball a little bit there to the defender there in Bradshaw.
Here come the Lions once again. I must say it's not been as ambitious from the Lymers as they would have hoped for, as it's Batiste in space. Batiste! as a drive that's blocked.
That's a very important block there. The ball was going in the back of the net.
Into the 89th minute, almost in the 90th minute. We will have to see how much added time there is, if any. But the Lions, they have certainly come storming back after their loss versus the Attackers, which segued into us chatting about all of the goings on in the football world. They have come back and come back strongly with a message saying, we are not quite done yet. You can't count us out yet. We have been winning this tournament, this trophy in Anguilla for a number of years. What makes you think we'll stop winning it now?
Yes, certainly. And it's all to play for between the 6 teams. I understand that the way how the competition is set up is that the 2 top teams will certainly get a bye.
Yes.
And so the Lymers will certainly, like I said, they would have done all the hard work during that particular time. And they have not lost a match for this to this round. And if they do go down here this afternoon, this will be their first loss after the solitary draw against the Attackers. And they can feel good about themselves, not playing as well as they expected to play this afternoon.
Yes,
And
it's not been typical Lymers at all, but they would have done the hard yards during the season with this on paper right now being the final game of this first round of the Male League, of the solitary round in the Male League. On paper, because again, we're still yet to see the outcome of that Kicks and Diamonds game as to how that one will play out, whether the result will remain, will the result be flipped, will they play over the game. They have a number of options that they are considering right now, so nothing is set in stone just yet. But with this being the final game on paper for the solitary round of the Male League, it will be so interesting to see how things shape up for the playoffs. Again, we know, I believe, 3rd place 5th and 4th place 6th. And the first 2 teams get a bye, and then the winners of those 2 games would be going on to play 1st and 2nd in the semifinals. And it's shaping up quite nicely here, these playoff seedings. We know for sure that these 2 sides are in the playoffs. We know that the Attackers are in the playoff. We know the Docs are in the playoff. And we know the Salsa Ballers are in the playoff. It's that 6th side, whether it's Diamonds or Kicks, will make the playoffs. That's left to be determined. We thought it was determined last night when the Kicks comprehensively beat the Diamonds, some 3-1, I believe. But again, that result, it's still left for debate.
Yes, still some news in the air where that is concerned. And I've played 2 minutes of added time into the 3rd minute. And it's going to be a throw in there, deep into the attacking third there for the Lymers FC. The throw going up. Marvin coming over with it.
Down the line. You can't keep it in play. And I think that just summarizes the Lymers day.
Yes.
Just falling over the corner flag. It's not been a Lymers day at all. It's not been a good day for the Lymers at all. They've pretty much been outplayed at every turn. Defensively, they lost the midfield battle, and they conceded 2 very good goals. And with less chess pieces to move, I think that Coach Nico maneuvered what he had well, based on his players' availability and the individual skill sets. I think that he would have maneuvered his chess pieces just a bit better than Coach Sauer today. And so we'll have to go back to the drawing board and try to figure out how do we beat Lions.
It's just a little flat today, the Lymers. Certainly the Lions, the team with the more intensity, looking to see that they would have gotten all 3 points to uh, move to the third spot, and have really done so today. So that's, you could all say, the Lymers FC will certainly, like I said, they would have put in the work, they have done the work, and then they will certainly go back to the drawing board and just say, well, okay, it wasn't our day, but we are right where we want to be with a bye, and we will certainly look to kick on when it matters most, when we are about to play for the championship.
Well, it's so funny how football works. The Lymers beat the Ducks, didn't they? Yes. The Lymers beat the Ducks. The Ducks beat the Lions, but then the Lions came back and beat the Lymers.
Yes.
It's just so funny how football works.
Yes, it's
Can't quite tell who is the best team on the day.
because as well, the kicks, they manhandle actually the attackers, and attackers came back and put a drubbing on the Roaring Lions.
And then the Lymers, they drew
Yes.
with the attackers. It's just so
Yes,
interesting
it's,
how
yeah.
depends on what team turns up on the day.
Yes.
It's so interesting to go back through the archive of results and then see how the games shape out. And referee Harding will call time on it. A typical Roaring Lions performance. Comfortable 2-0 victory. Goals from Oliver Screechy Walker and Tafari Smith. The difference between these two sides. The Lymers, though they would have come into this game just needing a solitary point to go top of the table, they will have to settle for second. The Ducks United, they will stay top on goal difference.
Yes, certainly, and it was a good game, keenly contested, tight in most parts, but just that added advantage in getting those 2 goals. The Roaring Lions coming away 2-0 victory here this evening. The Lymers getting nothing to feel too despondent about. They have really played some good football throughout the course of this season and have gotten all the points to show for it. Actually, they are on 25 points, still 3 clear of the Roaring Lions, but just today not being their day, just a little bit flat, just a little bit more defensive, just giving the Lions a little bit more play in midfield, and not being able to string the passes, especially to the mercurial striker there in Yannick, not getting a lot of possessions. The man Pompey, who has been really a sharp player, aggressive, not on his game today, and all in all, generally modest team effort on the part of the Lymers. But like I said, they have nothing to fear about. They have done all the hard work, has gotten themselves right where they want to be, and will sit and wait in the sixth playoff competition with a bye, ending up on 25 points. Just a mere goal difference sees them not gaining the top spot. Kudos to the Lions. They have bounced back and came back and won and secured a third spot playoff, and they certainly need to still play for their championship and on the bit of the cloud, so to speak, but we'll see what they are made of. We hope that you would have enjoyed the game on the behalf of Caden Bryan, Duck, and myself, Tony Fleming, commentators for this evening's opening encounter. We appreciate your viewing and we say thank you. And for our next game, it will be the Diamonds Queens FC versus the Little Soldiers FC. That's probably going to come up at the bottom of the hour, most likely. Until then, we take you back to Master Control. Welcome back. It's the nightcap match, female division this time, with the Diamonds Queens FC versus the Little Soldiers